Good day. My corporate friends, I am Sri Sivamoksha from WhiteMerror Corporate. This valuable moment I want to share such a valuable topic called personal awareness. The five awareness is very important you will get into your life. The personal awareness, relative awareness, social awareness, financial awareness, and the soul awareness. Body, mind, soul, we can differ. The body is most important. We have to take an intensive care about the body. And mind is most important than the body. The mind must be furnished and maintained in a very, very flexible manner. As well as the soul, the life is very important. The energies must be manipulated in a appreciable manner. So, what is personal awareness? Personal awareness considered about our day-to-day life. We are anxious about to reign millions of things in this existence. Whether it's feasible or not, we don't mind it. Unnecessarily, we have crammed lots of unwanted aims and ambitions inside of the mind. So, dreaming is a good thing, but we should not unnecessarily dream unwanted and impossible things in the life. That is what all the humanity is doing. Spiritual belief is very advisable, but you can't destroy your life because of the breastword brave. What is the real spirituality? You must read that. What is the spiritualization? You have to manipulate your work properly, your life properly. Life and death is an event that happens with friction of second, but the life is incalculable. We do not know how long we live. Every day, the 16 subjects are very important. One is that the natural eliminations. Already I have spoken more times about the natural elimination. Number two, first four, and physical elimination, mind elimination, silent ceremony, and existence communication, dressing courtesy, dining courtesy, money maintenance, vehicle courtesy, walking intelligence, resting ceremony, educational practice, diary making, and sleeping courtesy. So these 16 events are being activated every day in our life. Are we conscious about these activities? Do we do with a consistent manner? So we are inconsistent of the most important thing which give our life. Every day we have to tune that. It's impossible to bring in practice with a couple of days, a couple of months. But when you are practicing for a year, it is possible you will accustom and that will become the voluntary activity to you. And your celebration and vibration, your result will be very nice. So this is called the personal awareness. The natural elimination, I have spoken it, because natural elimination is the most important which must be celebrated. We should not consider those eliminations as the disease that should be exhausted properly. So the morning routine is important. Yes, we gather from the bread. We must fluctuate our stomach system, the intestine system, to evacuate the wastages, the urea and urine, and the carbon dioxide properly. That must be exhausted. Then only the system will be refreshed. That's the most important thing. So, morning, the previous night, when you go to the bed, you have to take a scan of appropriate food in order to fluctuate the system. It is advisable to eat the hot stomach of the food, and you drink more water, and leave the cold part of the stomach as empty. That will be very convenient for the digestion, and you can sleep very nicely. And second thing is the first food. As soon as completed the morning routine, as soon as exhausted the natural elimination, the excrement, the tools outside, you have to have some food. You have to energize your body by way of taking such a herbal drink. It is not advisable through the milky tea or coffee. Instead of that, when we have this herbal drink just like so spices tea, the ginger tea, pepper tea, and the honey basil tea, or whatever natural tea you can get. So that will fluctuate the system and dilute the blood. That will drive all the clouds in the blood. So this is advisable to have. In addition to that, it's advisable to have some grains as your morning food. The first food is important in order to work out some workouts to the body and mind. Then, physical elimination. The physic must be exercised at least 2 hours per day. Out of 24 hours, 8 hours we are allocating for any kind of work. When a man is not working, he is not considered as a proper person. So whoever, whatever job he does, it's important that he has to work at least 8 hours. Out of then another 8 hours for his elimination, mind elimination, and mind and body elimination. And you can learn 8 hours you are expensing for the sleeping area. So this 2 hours important to work out to the physical and mind. So early morning you choose to work out something. You choose some favorable practices which will bring the sweating outside. You can go for walk and jog. Otherwise you can work out in a good gym. Otherwise you can practice some martial practices. Otherwise you can play cricket, volleyball, football, every game which will bring the best person outside. So anyway, you should give such a practice in the early morning to the body. So the negativity must be driven from the body. This is the reason why us to work out for the sending the natural eliminations. And the mind elimination. Not only the body is important, but also we have to care about the mind. Because in the mind, we have dumped a lot of unwanted debris inside it. The moods are not advisable. Always negative mode, tension, angry, anxiety, jealousy, misery. Such kind of moods are developing when we have not felt the good thoughts inside of the mind system. It is developing such kind of negative modes, and that is developing negative words. This is why it induces us to do such kind of negative deeds, activities. So from the beginning we have to correct it. It is not possible with some time. You have to work out for some time. Automatically, you will be facilitated and accustomed and capacitated to do such kind of practices. So the mind elimination is important. So just you spend 15 minutes to half an hour in an early morning in an isolated area. The sound is an option for sending all those negativity outside. In an early morning, in an isolated place, you just throw all your debris from your subconscious, conscious, and superconscious system. So conscious and subconscious is tuned, it becomes superconscious. So we have felt and registered unwanted subjects inside of the mind. So through the sound, a loud sound, you have to exhaust the whole negativity of the mind. You scream, you laugh very nice, you cry more, and you blabber something, you babble something, you shout something, you throw all the negative things that you are angry, anxiety, jealousy, misery, because you must become the fresh level. When you are carrying these kind of negative moods inside of the mind, you can't enjoy anything in the life. Totally, the life will become as useless and absurd. So it is advisable to throw out every day. When you are doing outside, automatically your mind system will be so fresh and unique. You will be laughing in all kind of situations. You will be capable of maintaining all intelligence opportunities. So the mind management will be very nice. So the situational intelligence will develop you very more. As well as after completing the morning eliminations, you just sit in silence. When you have exhausted the negativity through the body and the mind, your body and mind will be quenched. At that moment, just sit at quiet and lovable place, and otherwise you will just lie down. You will feel such an enormous feeling inside of the mind. You will forget yourself. You enjoy that moment. The energy will be balanced. The body and mind will be refreshed. Afterwards, you just rest for all your morning routines. Just the bathing. Bathing is our morning daily ceremony that must be celebrated in a ceremonial manner. But we don't do that. Mechanically, we take bath. It is advisable to take only the lukewarm water with such a herbalist confluence. You can mix such a herbals inside of the water. You can enrich that water which you take. You feel like just a holy bath of the water. And it is advisable to take the oil bath. Before you take bath, apply the gingerly oil on the body. Throughout the body, you give that fine massage. So that oil will bring out all the heat and problems, pressure, everything outside. Then when you go to the bath, you have to take bath. Similarly, you take bath in the river. When you take bath river, first we step down the lake and we are wetting the thighs and then stomach and chest area, and then we are taking the whole bath, totally bath for the head. As well as you have to pour the water from down to upwards. So automatically the heat will be exhausted outside through the head. Otherwise, instead of when you pour the water buster to the head, the whole heat will be sustained in the body. You can't be refreshed. Again, some problems will happen. So this is the reason why our ancestors asked us to take bath in the rivers and some water sources. Although it's inconvenient of taking such kind of baths in this current world. So though you take shower bath, you just apply the water from downwards to upwards. So you celebrate it. During the moments you enjoy and celebrate the chillness of the water. That water not only purifying your body, it also the mind too. And yes, when I come out of the bathroom, don't rush for taking the food. But so the people are doing that. As soon as come from the bathroom, they are rushing to the dining table. It's not advisable. So at least half an hour to 45 minutes you have to wait for feeding your body. Why? Because the table warmer is necessitated that much time to balance the heat. The 37 degree of centigrade of Fahrenheit, degree 98.4 Fahrenheit heat must be maintained. As well as taken bath, when you enter to the food, the system is not having sufficient digestive energy. So that's the reason I'm asking you to go to such isolated and perfect place where you used to sit for the silence. You sit in the silence and you speak to the existence. You ask whatever boons from the existence. What are problems you speak to that, and just you scan your mind system. Whatever problems, whatever thoughts, whatever deeds you did yesterday, the previous events, just go through that, and you will be refreshed it. And then another half an hour, you take your second food. First food had, and second food must be the air, because we take three type of food. One is the solid food and the liquid food, then airy food. The airy food is called very important. Air is the most important thing in the body. Without the air, it is impossible to live in this existence. So, purposely, you have consumed more oxygen from this existence. So, that is the most energetic and nutritious food to you. Often ever, when you do that, it is called pranayama. Pranayama is nothing, just the breath practice. When you are practicing the breath properly, your body will be fulfilled with the energy, complete the wind energy. So your total system will be balanced. Then you go for the dining. Dining is a very, very important one to every human being or every lifestyle. So having the food must be a celebration. You should not rest and ambulate the food. So many people I have seen just ambulating and taking the food. It is not unique. It is advisable to sit down and have the food. When you eat the food, you must concentrate in the food. You have to grind the food because the God has given such an instrument to grinding the food very nicely as paste. Just like you paste that food properly, then you send it into the stomach. So the esophagus will be very convenient and the digestive assimilation will be very convenient, and the whole food will be converted as a fresh blood which contain of more nutrients, vitamins, minerals. It will be very convenient for the liver to digest the food, and the whole essence will be driven from the food. And during the time, it is well not watching the TV, speaking to the telephone and some other friends. Quiet manner. You observe the silence in each and every activity. That is the energy to our life, that soul. And then it is important, is the most important thing is the dining one. Dining courtesy is now just we complete the dining, and this is the dressing courtesy. After we complete the morning breakfast, we have to wear such kind of apps and appropriate attire for our employment. Whatever employment we belong, it's not a problem. But we have to love the employment. So every employment organization have designed such kind of attire for the employment. So we have to wear. When it's still like a doctor, why you give some respect? Because his stethoscope and stiff and his coat, rubber coat, white color coat brings a confidence to us. We see a great person standing in front of. He is giving confidence to us. When you look at advocates, because his coat is giving some respect. When you see the policeman, police inspector, commissioner, because his attire is like that. So when you see an ordinary village man, when he wears such a cotton pure white robe, we respect it automatically. So Whether rich or poor, it is not important. It is very important that we have to wear the proper and apt attire to stand in the profession. When you are an executive, you have to wear such a formal dress which will bring some confidence and positive approach to you. This is important. So you have to, the previous day or weekend, you have to iron your clothes, whatever you go to use in the whole week, and this is important. They can apply such kind of perfume inside of that. The natural perfumes are available. You don't apply the adobes, the chemical adobes. Instead of that, we can use one of the natural adobes which will give a good confidence to us. This is a way of the success. And then the money maintenance in parallel. Before we rush to the vehicle, we have to check out our money purse. Already I have spoken about the money, how do we keep the money. Money is the most important thing. All our activity, all our purpose is earning the money. So money must be respected. The money purse is the place where we use to money. So we are frequently using that purse. So we have to keep the money in a respectable manner. We should not keep the torn notes, filthy notes inside of the purse. And we should not keep any tablets and medical prescriptions inside of the purse. As well as we should not keep any kind of debt details on the receipts when we purchase some materials. So the receipts we are trapping inside of the purse. So it is not advisable. The purse must be so unique and neat. You should keep only fresh currencies. When you look the currencies, the money attractions come towards you. And you keep some natural and herbal and herbs leaves inside of the purse. That will be giving the good energy to you. And check out, have you kept all the documents? They are like IT card, license card, and your PAN card, otherwise your Aadhaar card. Most that must be chosen on time. We have to check it before and walk in the vehicle. Then is vehicle maintenance. Vehicle must be maintained. There is post of maintenance for the vehicle on daily maintenance, weekly maintenance, monthly maintenance, and yearly maintenance. Daily maintenance means you have to wipe the vehicle properly. Every night you have to check out the pressure of the tire, and you have to check the brake and something item. As well as you have to check out in every week. The complete wash must be given. A clear wash is required for every vehicle, the two-wheeler or four-wheeler. And you have to check out the most important accessories of the vehicle. Monthly, you have to leave for the general checkup and oil checkup and air pressure and such kind of posture checking, electronic checks. Everything must be kept. And yearly ones, the insurance and the NSPAS. These are all the important things which you have to care concerning the vehicle maintenance. And during the vehicle, while driving the vehicle, we must aware about the vehicle. Because nowadays, more accident happens because of the inconsciousness. Because we don't conscious about the vehicle driving. So we'll be thinking most of the things, thinking about the business, thinking about the family, thinking about the problems. So unconsciously when you're driving the vehicle, you make the way to find the accident. So each and every moment, so you must drive the vehicle with a conscious manner. The front side, back side, the mirrors are important, and you conscious, it is advisable to ride the minimum mileages, minimum speed in the residential area. This is the vehicle maintenance important, which we have to do in day-to-day life. Because of unconscious of vehicle driving, we should not lose the life. It's very important. And the working intelligence. Why we ride the vehicle? There must be some purpose. We go for some work. So we go to some companies or different organizations according to your dignity and effortness. That may be your kind of job, it's not a problem. The working intelligence is important. So many people do not like the work. Reluctantly they go to the work. It is not advisable. We should love the job. What of the job, whether dignified or undignified, you should not consider that. The nature has decided to use some job. So you can tune the job. When you are an attender, when you are a scavenger, when you are an ordinary laborer, you can become an employer and employer. That is with your hand. So many people have succeeded in their life. So you don't understand the job. You just love the job and enter into the job in a confident manner. It is impossible because we are facing such kind of a lot of harassment in the mind. Obvious harassment is very difficult. So some higher officials will be torturing you, lower officials will be incorporating to you, and the management will be disturbing you. Even in the family this is happening. So we have to develop our intelligence of maintenance. Emotional intelligence is important. So we have to maintain the emotions. That is the reason why I'm asking you to do such kind of mind elimination. When you throw all the negative debris outside through that kind of mind elimination practice, so you can be so fresh. When you enter the office, you feel just you entered it as fresh day. You invite the day. If you have been offered a special room, your cabin, you can decorate and modify the room in a very lovable manner. You bring some fresh flowers to the room, and you apply such a good fabric and perfumes inside of the room, and you just feel like yes, you are in the heaven. That obvious intelligence is very important. You can develop, so many books there, so many video clips are there. When you watch that, you can grow your working intelligence. Work must be celebrated, because work only giving you the life source. That must be done in a very very contented manner. Reluctantly you should not do the job. And resting ceremony. After you completed the job, when you return back to the home, you must rest. Through the traveling, you are resting. That is not actually a rest, because the system is being affected, because the spinal cord is tortured very badly. As soon as you do the job, half an hour or 1 hour, you just lie on the bed, very convenient manner, without any disturbance. You have a tea or coffee and daily routine sustenance you have it. Afterwards, rest the body in a peace of manner. And well, because the resting is important, sleeping is different, resting is different. So many people are confusing. You rest the body and sleep automatically come. Sleeping is to the mind, resting is to the body. So the complete rest, at least half an hour, 1 hour, when you rest the body, the energy will be refilled and balanced. You will be rejuvenated. And then after, you just get up and go for walk at any play or such a little half an hour practices, and just you start to do some any kind of educational work. You have to learn everything. 8 hours we have allotted for the job, 8 hours we are allotted for the sleeping, and 8 hours is there. These 8 hours you choose 2 hours for the body, 2 hours for the mind eliminations and mind management, and 2 hours for the souls. What is that 2 hours? Is called meditation. Meditation is a natural thing. Just centralize us with the universe, speaking to the universe, observing the mind system, and it is kind of exploration about alpha and omega. So this is what, when you are observe the silence in action, every activity, you are meditated. You are in that existence, in that core, and purposely half an hour you have to give the time for the personal scanning. This is called silence meditation. And you just start to learn something. You read something, and you speak something yourself, and you write something, your own ideas, knowledge and everything, and you hear something. This is the listening, reasoning, reading, writing and speaking is most important. When you do every day, you can interact you with this universe. Your life should not be concluded just living in a room, and otherwise you are thrown to the graveyard one day. It's not like that. So you have to develop some good things, some good inventions, knowledge, everything. This is what important. And the educational practice, then diary making is important. You have to make a diary every night before you go to bed. You just give an agenda, develop a tabulation. How you go to expense the 24 hours in the next day. Of course, you are privileged, celebrated to celebrate the day. The total detail must be there. What is the person you are going to meet? What are the expenses you expensed? What are programs is there? And you slide some lyrics and some good positive words and thoughts. What about dreams and emotions? Everything you write down that. It will be a great option to you. And the final ceremony is the sleeping ceremony. Sleeping is the perfect place where we are rested. In that time, you must leave, at least it's advisable, before you go to sleep, often ever physical practices. Just walk, jog. Otherwise, you dance. Dancing is a fantastic practice for the mind elimination and body elimination and quintessential. So just you dance and just shake the hand, and then you go to bed with a lovable romantic music. Automatically, your mind will be cleansed and you will be so dreamy. And you sleep. During the sleeping, you must be so aware. The place must be airy and very, very sufficient air circulation will be there. You keep the head towards the southern side, not northern side. You sleep very deeply. That time you surrender to existence. Your life will be very universe. This is called the personal awareness. The 16 events must be celebrated day to day. You consider about this day and celebrate. Don't think about the unwanted and unlimited things in the life. This is what personal awareness. This will give you the good result. Sri Sivamoksha from WhiteMerror Corporate.